So, is Autopilot dangerous? This is a question posed by one of my subscribers, and basically he had said that he watched another channel, and in which they were describing Autopilot as dangerous because if somebody pulls out in front of you, the car will slam on the brakes. And so now right there, did you see that? I purposely activated Autopilot for this video just to illustrate a few things. The car was hunting into a turn lane, and it decided that it didn't want the turn lane and went back to the straight lane, so it kind of swerved over. So here's the situation with Autopilot. Now, I'm using Autopilot through a town right now. Now, it's not like there's stop signs or anything. There are some traffic lights, but no stop signs. But you're not supposed to use Autopilot this way. I'm using it in this fashion or in this manner solely to illustrate a couple points in this video. So again, the question was asked, is Autopilot hazardous or dangerous because it slams on the brakes when people pull out in front of you? Now, that is an interesting question. I will say this, I wouldn't call it dangerous or hazardous, but I would say that Autopilot will startle you on occasion. It will, and it can get annoying in that someone can pull out in front of you in your lane, oh my goodness, really far ahead, 1/8 of a mile ahead, and the car sees it and gets on the brakes. And now don't quote me on the 1/8 mile thing, maybe it's, I don't know, a good distance ahead, and the car will get hard on the brakes, and it's like, goodness, they're way up there. So I don't know that that's hazardous, but it is annoying. Also, I've had my car slam on the brakes for a shadow. When the sun is getting low in the sky, and in summertime, when you've got very bright sunlight on the road and very, very dark shadows on the road, Autopilot will, on occasion, hit the brakes. And it can actually make you seasick, because if there's a bunch of, say, trees that are casting shadows, it'll go, whoa, 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 whoa. It'll kind of hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. And it's like, and you take it out of Autopilot just because it's annoying you, because it's pulsing the brakes for every shadow. That has happened to me on a number of occasions, which is really annoying, to say the least. And as just shown earlier, sometimes Autopilot will begin to take a turn lane as though it's a straight lane. But I gotta tell you though, basically any of these issues that I've been mentioning really are only related to using Autopilot in a manner in which it was never intended, and that is around town. Like right now, I'm just on a 30-mile-per-hour back road. There are no stop signs or anything. It's a frontage road. There's a railroad track to my right that you can't see, neighborhoods to the left. This is just a frontage road. And so, I mean, it's not harmful to use it on a road like this, but it was only ever intended really for expressway driving. And I'd say on the expressway, it does a really, really good job. I mean, a wonderful job. On the expressway, I basically lay my hand on the wheel, and I really don't worry at all. But I use Autopilot a lot, and so Autopilot is it's one of the reasons that I got the car, really. And so I use it a lot, and I do activate it in town. The thing is, nice turn signal, person. Let me know when you're turning. Northern Illinois drivers. Anyway, but through town, you know, I will use it. So there we go, using it again. Whatever, I use it, but you really can't like rely on it. It's more something that can kind of help keep you in your lane or whatever, but it's through town, it can be a little iffy. And so, but again, I go back to Autopilot was never meant to be in town. Now, on the expressway or on the interstate, Autopilot has gotten smarter and smarter. If somebody pulls into my lane, just is in an adjacent lane and eases over, Autopilot will back off to give them extra space, but it does not slam on the brakes. It only really gets hard on the brakes if you're on, say, a highway and somebody pulls from a side street and Autopilot sees an object with no forward velocity coming into your lane, even if it's really far up, it will hit the brakes. Now, it doesn't come to a stop, but it will very, very rapidly drop 15 miles an hour or so until it gets its bearings on what that object is doing up ahead. But on the expressway, if somebody pulls into your lane, if they are moving faster than you, Autopilot won't slow down at all. In fact, I've had people pull in front of me maybe only 10 feet ahead of me. So what would that be, 3 meters ahead of me? But they're going faster than me. So they go around me and they pull into my lane going faster. Autopilot knows that their rate of velocity is higher than mine, and therefore when it pulls into my lane, they are in no danger to me, and Autopilot won't even slow down under those circumstances. Autopilot on the expressway, if somebody eases into your lane, it will only slow down if the person pulls right in front of you and is not going faster than you. So anyway, that's my observation. I just wanted to verbally answer this question, and because it was asked of me by by a viewer on a previous video. So anyway, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.